mean to you as a rookie quarterback?
That was one of my goals coming in. I really didn't expect to be a captain, but I couldn't be happier to represent our team and our offense. We have a lot of guys that could have been up there, but I'm happy that my team decided that I should be the one to get that honor.
You are the only quarterback in your draft class that's going to start week 1. Does that give you a sense of pride? How do you feel about that?
I'm not too worried about that.
Anything you prepared for before?
Obviously it is, but I try not to. I just come in and work like I always do. Watch the film like I need to, prepare like I need to. So I try not to focus on all the pressure stuff. I feel like I'm going to be ready to play. I feel like I'm going to play well. And, I'm not ready to play yet. I still have a few more days of preparation that need to come in, but I'm feeling pretty good right now.
Joe, when you look at the tape of the Chargers, what jumps out at you? Is there anything that they're doing? It's like, whoa, it just all of a sudden, hit you like a ton of bricks.
Obviously, they have Bosa and Ingram, 2 of the best pass rushers in the league. So we're going to have to I'm going to have to get the ball out of my hands quickly and know what I'm looking at. If I don't know what I'm looking at every snap, it's going to be a long day. Those guys will get to me quick. And, I know the O-line will be ready for it, and I know I'll be ready for it as well.
Joe, you get any kind of a scouting report on Bosa? I think you had a pretty good look at him down through the years. And did he ever give you a shot or two in any practice?
Fortunately, back in those days, I was running with the 2s and the 3s, so I didn't ever go up against him. So this will be my first live rep against Joey Bosa. I'm looking forward to it. We're pretty good friends, so I'm sure there'll be some words exchanged on the field.
What does he do well as a rusher?
He's so technical with his hands. It's almost unbelievable to watch. He's so great at timing his swipes and his moves off of different punches that the O-line brings. So I think he's one of the best in the league.
How does Ingram differ? You mentioned Ingram, and a lot of people don't talk about Ingram, but he's made multiple Pro Bowls as well. It's bookends there. How does he complement Bosa?
They're one and the same. They're 2 of the top 10 rushers in the league, and they just got paid to show it. And it's going to be a challenge for us, but I wouldn't have it any other way.
I think the last time we most pleased with in terms of your progress and the offense's progress since camp opened, and what also has you a little concerned still?
I think the one thing that I was very happy with was just the continuity of the offense. We feel very comfortable with each other. I feel very comfortable with how my guys are running routes, and I think they feel comfortable with when and where the ball is going to be placed. So that was big. When you don't have a spring ball, that's one thing that you kind of worry about, but that's behind us.
Joe, have you gotten enough work in the scope of the offense with AJ? I know you talked the last time about doing some individual things and feeling comfortable with him, but have you done enough inside the scope of the offense with him?
Yeah, we have. We've got some work on our own while he's been rehabbing, and, he's back out there now. So I feel very comfortable. And the one thing about AJ is he's very dramatic in the way he runs routes. So it's very easy for a quarterback to read when and where he's going to break. And he's always right where you need him to be. He understands the offense, each route, and how it plays off of all the other routes.
Joe, there's been no preseason games, nothing to distract anybody from their season opener, the opponent. Is it almost too much time? Is it like, I like this. No, I'm going to second guess it and go here and go. You go with your first instincts, when you're putting together a game plan with all this time to prepare, or do you change things? How do you go about it?
Personally, I was really focused on camp up until, after our last scrimmage. So I focused on camp until, last weekend, and then I started watching some Chargers. So, it doesn't seem like it's been too long. So, but we also have a great game plan that I'm excited for.
Have the coaches sat down with you and said, Joe, what do you like now that we've had time together? What do you like? What do you don't like? Have you had input that you feel satisfied with going into the game plan?
Yeah, absolutely. They've been talking to me throughout all of camp, and it's been give and take, and I've been very happy with it.
Have you ever been to an NFL game?
I have. I went to Browns playing the Seahawks, I believe, when I was super young. Gus Bradley actually was with my dad at North Dakota State, so he was a family friend. He got us tickets to that game when he was the DC at Seattle. So that's the one that I've been to.
It's a bit ironic.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Joe, you said you feel ready. What allows you to feel ready even though you haven't had as much off-season practice time and no preseason games to get ready for this first game?
I have great people around me, great coaches that have prepared me to play this game, and great players around me that I feel very confident in. My job is just to get them the ball in space with timing and accuracy and let them do the rest.
Joe, do you feel like
you joked last week, Joe, that you were going to ask the coaches to allow you to be hit. I assume you did not get your wish.
I did not.
And are you still kind of craving that first contact, hoping obviously that it does not come in the form of a sack?
Yeah, I am kind of, but we won't have to wait soon enough. It'll be there Sunday. I'll be getting hit and ready to go.
What is the key for a quarterback thriving when you start taking hits? Is there something to that you need to have that as a QB? Is dealing with that and playing through that and taking your game up to even maybe a next level when it starts?
I don't consciously do anything. I don't think so. Just go into a game understanding that the defense is going to try to come and knock you out. That's what they get paid to do. That's what Bosa and Ingram, that's why they get paid all the money. That's why Joey just got $100 and whatever million to sack guys like me. And so I'm going to have to get the ball out of my hands and do what I do in the pocket to negate that.
Joe, John, do you remember the biggest hit you've ever taken before? Do you remember it?
No, I won't give anybody that satisfaction.
Joe, John Ross and T. Higgins both missed time during training camp as well. How is your on-field rapport with them?
It's really good. There's a few things that, we got to get this week that I need to feel good about. Some full speed routes that I haven't hit with those guys yet, but that'll come and we'll be ready to go.
Bradley's known to be a DC. Bradley's known to be a DC that's pretty basic and simple. He's going to throw it at you. They're going to be solid. Can your dad give any insight into that at all? And I guess it's one of these days where you really can't make a mistake because they're pretty solid fundamentally.
Yeah, I haven't really talked to my dad too much about it, but I anticipate, they're going to do what they do, but I also anticipate some wrinkles that are going to try to make a rookie quarterback confused. So I'm anticipating some things that he might not have shown last year, and I'm just going to do my best to adapt to him.
Last year, he had one of the lowest blitz percentages in the league last year. He didn't blitz hardly at all. You anticipate, Joe, that he may try to heat you up a little bit as a rookie quarterback?
You always have to be ready for it, but their defense is their defense, and they play it really, really well. And they have the guys that can do it. But I think coming into my rookie year, I'm always going to anticipate a little more blitz than defensive coordinators might have shown in the past.
Joe, do you feel like this week one game is a good way or is a foundational game for you to kind of set the tone for your rookie year? I mean, how do you go about approaching it?
Yeah, I mean, anytime you play the first game, you want to come out and play really well, win the game, and kind of jumpstart your season. But at the same time, it's a long season, and I'm obviously focused on game one, but, we got 16, 17 other games.
Would you compare this week to, I guess that your opener against Miami in 18? I mean, is that the closest parallel that this game represents?
Yeah, it is. But I hadn't played for 3 years before that game, so I feel a little more confident coming into this one. Just actually playing football again. So I feel good about the game plan, about the guys, and I think we're going to be ready to go.
You and Zach Taylor.
Go ahead.
Thank you. You and Zach Taylor have both said the ultimate goal here is to win a championship. How long have you been a person who's focused on championships? Did that start at LSU in high school? When did that start?
That's the goal whenever you're playing anything. I started when I first started competing in sports, if you're not striving for a championship, for perfection, what are you doing it for? That's, I'm not out there to win, go 500 and, squeak into playoffs. I'm here to win games and win championships.
Joe, describe your relationship with Zach Taylor and how it's developed from the time you were drafted until now.
I couldn't be happier and couldn't say enough good things about our coaching staff, not just Zach, but, Brian and Pitch and the entire coaching staff. I think it's a great relationship so far, and hopefully will continue on for years to come.
Joe, you mentioned your dad a couple of times already. I know you're a big family guy. There's no fans at the game, so what are their plans to watch your NFL debut? They're
trying to figure it out right now because, when we're in Athens, we get the West Virginia news channels, so they don't televise the Bengals games. So they're trying to figure it out. We're trying to get maybe a different TV provider in there. They're still trying to figure that out, and I'm leaving that to them.
Have you got a favorite opener? Any level of football, you got a favorite opener that sticks in your mind? College, high school, Pop Warner?
No, I don't think so. None really come to mind.
Joe, I guess one thing that you don't have to worry about in your NFL debut is getting a bunch of tickets for family and friends since nobody can come. I guess that's one hassle you don't have to.
Yeah, that's always a good thing. You never really want to be bogged down with ticket requests,
right,
when you're trying to prepare for a game. So that's definitely a positive.
Right.
I would say to you, you're the most important person in this franchise in at least 30 years. What would you say to that?
I don't really think about that stuff. I let you guys talk about all that in the media, write what you need to write. But, I'm going to prepare like I always prepare and practice like I always practice to win games, because at the end of the day, it doesn't matter if we don't win.
Can you have jitters without a crowd?
Say again?
Can you have jitters without a crowd?
Yeah, I think you can. I don't get nervous a lot. So I'm going to be prepared to go in there and execute the way I need to. And, if butterflies come, but they'll be gone as soon as I get hit.
So you think there's actually a chance this will not be televised in Athens? I mean, won't the town be in an uproar?
I think so, yeah. But, there's nothing they can do about it. I don't know.
Is there anybody, not particularly this football game necessarily, but as you look at the schedule, where it's like, wow, I'm on the same field as so-and-so, and I've been watching him for years, and I'm going to be on the same football field as this guy. That's pretty cool. Is there anybody that stands out in your mind like that?
No. We're all professionals now, and I try not to do that. We're all peers competing against each other. That I think if you have that mindset, then you're already behind the eight ball a little bit.
Right.